Hello everybody, you got your channel Untitled Chapter. Today I'm going to be bringing you the patch notes for the fall patch for Battlefield 4. There are a boatload of patch notes. I don't know if I can get through it all in 15 minutes. So I'm going to start with the patch notes, then I'll move on to the DICE overview statement that they made afterwards if there's time. Alright, so here we go. The following tweaks and bug fixes apply across all platforms. However, PlayStation 3 and PC has unique fixes that you can find at the bottom of the post. Also, these patch notes, there's too many of them for the description, so I think what I'm going to do is just put little time segments in the description of what times frames for each segment of things that you can view them at, I guess, or yeah. And if you want, you can look at these on Battlelog. You lay the patch notes on Battlelog. Alright, so let's begin. There are a lot. General patch notes: fix for a crash that could occur when entering a vehicle or using a gadget. Improve soldier movement to closely match that of Battlefield 3 while still maintaining animation fidelity of Battlefield 4. Fix for an issue on the Siege of Shanghai where players could make themselves invincible near Flag A. Added pre-round ready state. The minimum players ready per team needed for the round to start is calculated from the team with less players. Crosshairs and optics scale tweaked and visibility against light backgrounds improved. Helicopters and jets now affect trees and bushes which are set up to react to wind. Various collision fixes and other performance improvements have been made to Dragon's Teeth maps. Uniform soldier aiming allows the use of procedural aim rate instead of the original preset numbers. Fix for elevators on Dawnbreaker being active on the Domination, Squad Deathmatch, Team Deathmatch, and Diffuse game modes. High latency indicator tweak to give players a better idea of when they're experiencing lag. Fix rare issue with a second commander would spawn over the already existing one in a certain scenario, resulting in two commanders on the same team. Fix the missing kill card issue for hardcore and anytime the kill cam is turned off. Increase the chain link game mode round timer to 30 minutes. Ticket bleed rate has been changed to be 40% slower. Fix an issue where a player trying to join a full server get an incorrect error. Added classic server presets. Increase the gunship cooldown for commander to 60 seconds. Fixing it, edge case where a commander asset will never get activated for a team of commanders under a proxy attack. Fix the crash relay to the riot shield. The high frequency update is now on by default, cannot be turned off. It now also supports PS3, Xbox 360. Reduce the time it takes to display incoming damage indicator. Fix an issue where players joining Lankang Dam after the Levolution event didn't hear the VO and alarm. Fix an issue where battle pickups would sometimes get dropped immediately after picking them up. Also fixed a problem where battle pickups can't be picked up when other soldiers are nearby. Made 100 tickets the default rush ticket value. Fix an issue where field upgrades would be lost when a player spawned into a vehicle. Tweak smoke effects. Smoke is now bigger, has a higher density and lasts longer. Fix some materials that would react incorrectly to projectile collision. Fix an issue where squads would get bigger than the supported maximum of 5 players. Fix a bug where the gamer tag will not appear correctly in the emblem report screen. Updated player icon to show a shield variant when using the HUD, the 10% health reduction perk, showing for enemy players only. Fix an issue where players could get underneath the ship at Objective Echo on Parasol Storm. Reduce head flinching on soldiers. Added functionality to be able to shoot while falling, not jumping. Fix an exploit on Operation Locker, an exploit near the US base on Metro 2014, an issue on Dawnbreaker where players could get underneath the map, an issue where players could get under the map in Hainan Resort under the beach near the US base. Also fix an issue where players could hide behind a wall and shoot at other players. Fix an issue where the health and ammo boxes would block the line of sight for defibrillators. Permanent fix for a gadget exploit where a user could equip gadgets from different classes. Fix an instance where unlocked China Rising or Second Assault assignments weren't being shown as if they were not unlocked and no progress had been done. Adjusted the red dot reticles for medium long range sights for the engineer class primary weapons. Visual recoil, close range sights except iron sights, IRNV, and FLIR, and all medium range have been changed to no longer be affected by animation, aka visual recoil. The removed random effect has nothing to do with real weapon recoil and doesn't affect it. Vehicle hold or press button for boost option added. Added UI options for tweaking the ADS aiming sensitivity. The advanced options are now exposed in a separate advanced control options section. Fix a commander issue that could cause a cruise missile to not work properly if a flag received a neutral status while the missile was in the air. Fix for an issue where opposite teams would initially spawn too close to each other on TDM, affecting all maps. Obliteration fix for an issue where the round would end while the bomb is armed due to the timer running out. Flashbang now dims the HUD while when the player gets affected by it. Fix an issue on CTF game mode where the team with the highest number of points wins regardless of flag caps. Points should only be counted on a draw. Fix for an issue on Lumphini Garden on Conquest Large game mode while capturing flag Bravo while the commander is under a proxy attack will not give the infantry scan asset. Fix an issue where players can get stuck in customization menu while playing Diffuse. Fix an LMG Iron Sights fires to reflect last few bullets visibility. Carrier assault improvements. When the carriers open up and parachute spawn will be available as before. When the first carrier is destroyed, the defender team is moved back to the boat, but the attackers still will only be using the parachute spawn. Dragon's Teeth map improvements, general collision fixes, glitches, exploit fixes for high places, added out of bounds for rooftops to support restricted areas and prevent exploits. Jet improvements, fix an issue related to the chase camera that could cause a glitchy orientation when the camera is targeted straight up or down. Added new positions for 3P jet cameras, added weapon reticle to the 3P jet camera. Fix an option to turn on and off the rolling along with the jet for 3P jet cameras. Fix an issue with the Su-50 and F-35 not properly playing bullet impact sounds while under fire. Jet guns visual recoil has been reduced to 30% of what it was before. Improve the stall behavior of jets when reaching max vehicle height. Fix issues where attack jets cockpit geometry was clipping or obstructing the HUD. Weapon tweaks and fixes. Fix an issue with the inaccuracy of the RPG and XM25 where after if shooting a player very quickly it switches to another weapon then switches back. The dispersion is large until after the first shot. General weapon tweaks. Reduce suppression recoils. Remove recoil modifier for zoom. Made 75% reduction in hip recoil. Muzzle brake. Lower the overall impact of this attachment. Both its positive and negatives have been reduced. Heavy barrel lowered the buff it gave to minimum moving speed and moved some of the bonus into reduced spread increase. The heavy barrel should not be a good option for longer range tap firing. Lasers added a small buff to standing hipfire accuracy, corrected spread increase values that were previously incorrect. Added missing bullpup modifier to the SAR-21. Bullet velocity increases. Improved bullet velocity for slugs. Nearly all suppressed weapons selectively mounted. Selectively improved base velocity for weapons that were too slow for their intended range. Damage model. Many weapons have had their maximum and minimum damage adjusted slightly. It may take one extra bullet to kill extremely close engagement in long-range combat. Trigger delay removed from all revolvers. Desert Eagle, bullet velocity, and minimum damage reduced. Adjustments have been made to slower rate of fire weapons to make them easier to use at longer ranges versus higher rate of fire weapons. Carbines and PDWs now have unique bullpup modifiers that give improved bonuses over the rifle counterpart. Ammo gave more ammo to weapons that were short of mag compared to their counterparts. PDWs improved moving minimum speed. LMGs improved moving spread of mag-fed LMGs versus the belt-fed counterparts. DMR's audio when being shot by a DMR has been improved. SKS and M39 no longer allow you to hold your breath. Bullet velocities increase. Bullet actions. Some bullet velocities increase. Gold magnum rate of fire slightly reduced. Small. A slight increase to top speed and acceleration. MBT law. It's underwent a big change based on community suggestion. You will need to aim slightly more accurately to engage the tracking. It's much harder to have it track a random vehicle between you and your target. Will no longer have a lock on targets behind cover. It has been slowed down slightly. It now begins tracking 100 meters instead of 15. That gives the target slightly longer react to the lock warning. Slams, damage, and blast radius reduced slightly. 3 slams will no longer be able to take an MBT on their own. Disabled MBT will need a single rocket to be finished off. Animation bug fixes and improvements. All pistols remove randomization of iron sights fire animation on most pistols per the CTE feedback. All automatic pistols shorten duration of slide animation during firing animations to prevent slide appearing not to cycle when firing quickly. Automatic rifles fix missing trigger pull animations. The Unica 6 fix hammer getting stuck on iron sights fire animation. Shorten reload threshold so magazine registers are full faster. The CS5 fixed the magazine going invisible. If reload is interrupted, fix problem where bolt action animation wouldn't play when nearing When firing near the end of the tactical reload animation, G36, fixed charging handle position during full tactical reload. The SA-805 fixed charging handle position during full tactical reload. The AWS enabled semi-automatic fire. XM25 fixed fire animation, including reciprocating charging handle. Bulldog fixed problem with tiered reload. M60 reduced adjusted reload interrupt branches to match other LMG's ammo box. Now stays mounted on interrupt. L96 added missing interruptible reload branches. The JNG90 adjusted reload threshold to prevent bypassing rechamber animation at the end of empty reload. SR338 fixed bug where fire animation could be skipped by firing a certain cadence. Raised reload threshold. L85 adjust foregrip position so angle grip attachment doesn't clip through the trigger guard. Fixed reload animation bug so it causes accessories to shift on the weapon during animation. The RPK-74M reduced both reload times by 0.3 seconds to better match animation. The HK-45C remove hammer position mismatch between idle and ADS. ACR reduced time to register reload. The QBU-88 fixed clipping issue in deploy animation. SR2 added reciprocating bolt fire animation. SR2 again fixed missing bolt and empty reload animation. Fixed the sprint pose clipping issue in water. The 870 fixed blending issue after zoom fire pump action animation. The M16A4 fixed mismatch bipod pose, broken dust cover on model. RFB remove extra shell that moved when firing with a bipod and iron sights. MK11 open dust cover to prevent jamming. Remove incorrect rotation during bipod fire animation. All DMRs M82-83 battle pickups. Fixed bipod fire issue that skipped fire animation at higher rates of fire. M412 Rex and 44 Magnum. Adjusted fire animations for new trigger delay values. Corrected trigger discipline while running. All belt-fed light machine gun. Added last few rounds. Ammo visibility system to ADS fire animations. AWS fixed foregrip position to be on rail in first person. Grenades fixed first grenade balance pass. Highlights reduced initial capacity of RGO and V40s by 1. Reduced blast radius of RGO and V40s by requiring more accuracy for full damage. Increase the time it takes to refill explosives. Where is this? Where am I? Hold on. Oh. Sorry. Yeah, increase the time it takes to refill explosives from ammo sources. These changes are an indirect buff to the offensive and grenader specialization. Detailed list. Reduce RGO capacity from 2 to 1. RGO inner blast radius from 1.65 to 1. Reduce V40 capacity from 3 to 2. V40 blast radius from 7 to 6. V40 inner blast from 2.5 to 1. Increased ammo bag pickup for time for grenades. Flashbang from 5 to 9 seconds. RGO 7 to 25 seconds. V40s 8 to 13 seconds. Hand flare 1 to 6 seconds. M18 5 to 9 seconds. M34 8 to 25 seconds. M67 5 to 25 seconds. XM25 dart 1 to 3.5 seconds. Or 5 to 4 seconds for rounds. I think that's what that says. 3.5 seconds to 6 seconds for the XM25 itself. 40mm 3GLs 8 to 18 seconds. 40mm smoke 2.5 seconds to 5 seconds, matching flashbang now. 40mm LVG/HE 8 to 9 seconds. UI triage added advanced options for adjusting HUD icons, HUD icons. Transparency support. Aim down sight can now causes auto transparency for HUD icons. Added a new option for weather tapping. Spot button should give attack defense orders. Game mode bar on top of minimap also now display objective squad order status. Fixed issue with having space between the minimap and the TDM game mode info bar. Fixed the minimap world directions not showing in the Chinese version of the game. Added advanced gameplay option sliders to control the transparency of HUD elements. Adjusted the red dot reticles for medium and long range sights for the engineer class primary weapons. Added an advanced gameplay option to change the size of the minimap. Added advanced gameplay option to make the minimap icons auto size along with the minimap scale. Added advanced gameplay option to set the default minimap scale. And there is a lot more. But I'm going to switch over to a second gameplay. I will be right back. Alright, picking up from where I left off, revive improvements. Revive timer has been added. It shows the teammates so that the player can choose who to revive. Added a sound when defibrillators are 100% charged, giving the revived player 100% health back. Fixed for an issue that could cause HUD to disappear when players brought up the game menu while in a revived state. At initial implementation of revive timers for soldiers in a man down state, it now shows timers on a teammate so that the player can choose who to revive. Fix a bug when you were able to revive teammates by only rubbing the defibrillators. Fix an issue that would sometimes occur when two players on a team would equip defibrillators at the same time next to each other and are about to revive another team player. The player is reviving gets no score and the other player gets score instead. Rush improvements. DICE loves Rush is an ongoing Battlefield 4 community test initiative with the intent to improve Rush on base game maps. This initial release includes new layout and game set implementation on Flood Zone, Gold Mud Railway, Hainan Resort, Lanking Dam, Locker, Paracel Storm, Rogue Transmission, Siege of Shanghai, Zavid 311. Improves the Dawnbreaker and further tweaks to the above maps will be looked at. Disable Commander on the Rush game mode for all maps. Obliteration, competitive improvements. Reduce radar sweep on home bases to 40 meters. Bomb does not have to be planted in sequence anymore. Reduce the time it takes to plant a bomb from 10 to 8 seconds. Raise the obliteration bomb icon over bomb carrier's head. Reduce the combat area on Operation Locker. Based on player feedback, reduce combat area on Railway. And tweak the spawn points. Fix bomb out of bounds on Railway. Block pipe access to rooftops on Zavid. Reduce the combat area on Zavid. Platform-specific fixes for PC. Fix the game crash. Added FOV soldier option for the chase cameras of all vehicles. Fix an issue where users were unable to rebind gadgets to slot 1. Fix an issue where the chat log settings wouldn't properly function after the player exited the game. Tweak latency indicator. Better post-processing for medium graphic settings. Fix for when the text input from form clears when switching between EOR camera and scoreboard. The text now remains in place regardless of in-game actions. Added option to turn off Jet's auto throttle feature. PS3 fix the game crash. Fix the crash that could occur during end of round screen. Server fixes fixed an issue where taking damage indicators, the red wedge, where pointing enemy in the wrong direction. Lowered frame history time on all platforms to improve out of region player issues. Okay, moving on to the DICE's after statement. DICE is pretty much excited to say that the patch is now live. It enhances and improves a wealth of things on BF4. They want to give a huge thanks for people taking part in the community test environment. They're always listening to our inputs. They're improving stuff. They want to dive deeper into the full update notes. Oh yeah, okay, I just read those. Core changes, some of the core things. They want to match Battlefield 3 while maintaining Battlefield 4. Let me see. Frequency network update has been given to the last gen consoles. Recoil. Netcode is several tweaks, now the fastest in the franchise history. Counting client-to-client values, the delay is now lower than ever, and we're also looking to improve hit detection. It's great. They have, what else? Classic mode, which I read about. In-game UI streamlined. Several improvements have been made, and customization options to the HUD. You can tinker with the settings to find a display that suits you best. You can change the size of the minimap up to 250%, and you can change the transparency of the icons to your liking. Again, those are just some of the few updates that Battlefield has. Thanks again for all our fans and your continued support. Keep the feedback coming as we are listening. We look forward to seeing you on the Battlefield. Game on. From Frederick Loving, General Manager, DICE LA. So those are the patch notes. Usually they don't take 20 minutes to read. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Definitely a lot of things to cover. I'm going to try my best to put all of the time segments where I read them in the description, but if you can't understand or you want to take some time to look at them yourself, like I said before in the beginning, go ahead and go on to Battlelog. You can find it. You can probably find it on other Intels or on other websites around the internet as well, these patch notes. But you can definitely find the real ones on Battlelog. So thanks again for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Have a nice day, and keep pro gaming. Bye.